For the next 30 days, I'm gonna take a power nap every single day and see if I'm more happy, more awake, and more productive. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but I wake up every morning feeling pretty good. I get myself all ready, I get my kids all ready, I still feel pretty good. I do a couple hours of work, still feel pretty good. Then I eat lunch, and I come back into my office, and suddenly I enter zombie mode. I'm not focused, I'm not motivated, I'm definitely not productive. Basically, I'm kind of a bum for the next few hours, and by 8 p.m. that night, I'm done. But history tells us a story of these extremely successful people that credit a lot of their success to a tiny 20-minute nap in the middle of the day. That list includes Leonardo da Vinci, Thomas Edison, Albert Einstein, Nikola Tesla, Margaret Thatcher, Bill Clinton.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
I know every single one of those guys, and so starting tomorrow morning for 30 days, we're gonna give it a shot and we're gonna see what happens. All right, so I'm gonna start working, and I'm kind of lucky I work from home, so I don't have to try and time this. I'm just gonna wait until it hits, and I'm gonna immediately react and take that nap. Yeah, it's here. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm tired, I'm ready, and I'm honestly not sure exactly where or how to do it. So we're gonna go lay down and see if I even can take a power nap. Okay, so I'm honestly not even sure how to go about this. I take Sunday naps religiously, but they're 2 hours long, and I put on jammies and do all that fun stuff. Whereas I don't think that's what I'm gonna do for this one, so I'm just gonna kind of lay down. I wanna get back to work after. I don't wanna ruin my hair, so I'm just gonna lay down and we'll see what happens. Now, I really have no idea how to go about this in terms of length, but I found a NASA study where they claim that the optimal amount of time for a power nap like this is 26 minutes long. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set my alarm for 30 minutes. I'm gonna assume it takes me 4 to 10 minutes to fall asleep here, if I can even fall asleep with the camera on here. I also have a really bad habit of falling asleep with something playing in my ears, music, podcasts, anything at all. I'm gonna see what happens. Wish me luck. I honestly cannot believe that that just worked. So I just slept for about, I assume it took me about 5 to 10 minutes to fall asleep. So I slept for about 20 minutes. I don't feel groggy like I do after my normal Sunday nap. So when I take a Sunday nap and I wake up, I feel like someone just hit me in the head with a hammer a few times. I'm not feeling that right now. I don't feel great per se, but I don't feel terrible. So let's see how the day progresses. Go time. All right, so we've been going for an hour now, post-nap, and definitely feeling better. The feeling usually stays for most of the day once it kicks in about 1, 2 p.m. And I haven't been feeling it since the nap. I felt it for about 10, 15 minutes when I first came in. Felt like I had to get my brain going just a little bit, but now I feel pretty close to what I feel for most of the morning as well.
6 hours later.
All right, it's 8 p.m. Just finished putting the kids to bed, and now I can definitively say day 1 was extremely successful, because right now I'm usually tired when I'm putting the kids to bed. I'm a little bit grumpy. I felt so much better, and there's just enough energy to continue on for a few more hours tonight. I don't feel just desperate to do nothing and sit on my phone or something. I actually feel like I could go do something right now. So what we're gonna be doing for the next 7 days, I'm just gonna be experimenting different things. I'm gonna try sleeping in different places, different amounts of time, kind of see if we can land on something good here. But so far, day 1, whew, awesome. I have been an official member of the Power Napping Club for 7 days now, and here's what I've learned. Number one, and honestly what was the biggest surprise to me by far, is that I actually was able to fall asleep. Some people just lay down and they fall asleep. I feel like my wife just lays down, she's out. And a lot of people do that, and that's not me. I need to put in headphones, I need to have something distracting me. Sometimes I still can't fall asleep. I wake up in the middle of the night all the time thinking about things. I really struggle to fall asleep, and my biggest fear was that I would just lay there and think for 20 minutes with my eyes closed and then move on. But that hasn't been the case. It's so strange. I lay down, and after I lay down, I just, my mind does race for like 2 minutes, and I can like hear my heartbeat, and everything just feels like it's moving fast, and I try to take some like really deep breaths and really focus on my breathing. And then somewhere between like 2 and 5 minutes, if I start my nap at the right time, I just crash. And every single day I think, oh, not today. I'm laying down, I'm closing my eyes, and there's just too many things I'm thinking about and a little too much energy right now, and then it dies really quick. And the key for me has been targeting that time period when I first start to feel it. So rather than saying at 1 o'clock, I'm gonna take a power nap, and then at 1 o'clock, I'm like, I'm not really feeling a power nap right now. I'm kind of just waiting, and usually like 12:30 to 1:30 to 2:30, somewhere in there, it just kicks in, and that's when I try to, as soon as possible, when I feel that drag kick in, I try to go hit that power nap. The second thing I've learned is that waking up naturally is actually, I feel a lot better when I kind of just wake up versus when I have an alarm go off and it kind of like, pulls me out of wherever I'm at. And I've kind of had to achieve some balance on that. So I did try, I bought some black glasses for my eyes and lay down in a bed, and it was, put myself under the sheets and everything, and it was comfy. And it was much harder to wake up, and my body wanted to sleep through that. And so I started to tweak things a little bit, and I actually started to just lay down on the floor in my office. That wasn't super comfortable for me because of back problems, and the weird thing that worked for me is laying down with my back on the floor, but my feet up on a chair, whether that was on a bed, on a couch, or in my office, I just put my feet up. And for me, that was comfortable enough that when I'm really tired, I still would be able to fall asleep, but it wasn't so comfortable that I was just out cold and would sleep for an hour and a half. It was like the perfect range where I naturally find myself waking up around 20 minutes in. And the third thing is time. For me, anything over 10 minutes is great. I remember a few times I've woken up naturally and I'm only, 12 minutes into the nap. I'm like, no, go back to sleep, lay back down. And you really can't go back to sleep once you wake up in these power naps, at least for me. But 12 minutes has been fine. I wake up and kind of like, no, it's not over yet. But the effect is the same, and within 10, 15 minutes, I'm feeling better. And it lasts significantly longer than I would expect a 10-minute nap to last. Now let's switch over and talk about results, whether it actually is working or not. Number one, there is absolutely no doubt that I am more motivated in the second half of the day. It completely kills that groggy period. It's really wild. So I would say 2 to 3x more motivated, more able to be productive after the nap. Second is how far it lasts. It lasts well into the evening. So 8 p.m. I'm putting my kids to bed, and I'm not feeling that just drag and like need to get them to sleep as soon as possible because I'm so tired. I'm able to interact with them and do a lot more. And number 3 is I'm not struggling to fall asleep at night. That's been the killer with my previous napping experiences. I take an hour and a half nap, and then I'm up till 2 a.m. and it doesn't matter because I'm way more tired the next day, and it's this endless cycle. And so I haven't seen any real problem when I take that little nap, falling asleep again at the end of the day. I'm still tired about 10:30 to 11, which is perfect. Now it's only 7 days in and I'm already starting to see crazy stuff, but I want to go the full 30 days because that was the experiment. So we're going to finish this out and see where we land. Well, that's 30 days. And I have slept on floors, beds, couches, bunk beds, cars, chairs, everything you can think of. I've slept in the dark, I've slept in the light, I've slept for 30 minutes, I've slept for 5 minutes. Now in full disclosure, I did miss a few days in there, but here are the big takeaways. First one is you gotta find somewhere comfy, but not too comfy. The second one is I actually really needed to be warm to fall asleep. The one thing that really kept me up the few times that I couldn't fall asleep was typically that some part of me was just a little bit chilly. So I actually used this fake fireplace warm heater, and I would crank it to like 80 degrees, and that put me down really quick. Number 3 is, if possible, start the nap as soon as your body tells you it's ready to take the nap. For me, it's about 25 minutes after lunch. I'm full, I crank that heat, and I am out. Number 4 is anything that's over 5 to 7 minutes honestly is fine. The optimal for me was about 15 to 20, where I actually wake up. I'm not even tired the moment I open my eyes typically, and I just feel great. And number 5, it works. I'm more motivated, I'm more productive. Everything went better for me on the days that I pulled off a power nap. And the cost of all that is only 20 minutes a day. And now, perhaps, maybe, just maybe, one day, you'll see my name on a list of famous power nappers.